Hello and welcome to AM Guitar with me, Anjay. Today we are taking a look at the Harley Benton MR Classic in Sunburst. Obviously a massive thank you to Harley Benton for sending this out to me, or Toman for sending this out to me. As ever, it's fun to review these things. I know it's popular with Guitar Land. People like seeing Harley Benton demos. Hopefully this one will be no different. So yeah, thank you to them for sending this out. So, the MR Classic. Now, you'll have seen quite a lot of YouTube videos about this. It's a very cool guitar. It's a little bit different, and I like the fact that it's a little bit different. So, what have we got? And we'll go into this in a bit more detail in a moment. So, we have a Jatoba, or a baked Jatoba fretboard. It's a bit like rosewood. We have a maple neck. We have Wilkinson vintage tuners. We have two P90s that I believe are Roswell. We have a Wilkinson wraparound bridge. We have 22 jumbo frets. We've got a basswood body. And we've got three-way selector, volume, tone. And a little detail that I really love, we have the vintage Sunburst on the headstock as well, which I actually really like. I've got a thing with Sunburst. One of my first few guitars, or some of my first few guitars, were all this kind of Sunburst, and I really do like it. We also have this weird carved body. I'll do a close-up of this. You know, this is a weird-looking guitar. Don't get me wrong. This is an odd-looking guitar. But like I said, for me, I think I like the fact that it's an odd-looking guitar. We're going to go through the tones. I have my demo board is a Rifkin Karen, an Overdrive, OD3 Boss Overdrive, and a Rat that we're going to use today. I'm just going to take you through what it sounds like and then talk about what it's like to play afterwards. So here is a clean tone. That's the bridge, neck, and together. So the P90s, you know, P90s give a warm kind of single coil-esque sound, but with a bit more oomph. And that's what we're going to play around with today a little bit, because I'm not going to be playing clean with this. We're going to start off with a Karen. It's got a hot output, I'll give it that. So that's the bridge. Neck. Turn the Karen off a second. Middle. So, sounds great. Let's play the volume control and then we'll start taking it through some extra sort of gain stages. So I'm going to put the volume control down to about halfway. Neck. And we'll roll the volume in, bridge again. So these pickups clean up really nicely. And then tone control. The tone control's got a nice sweep all the way through. Quite often the tone control's off or on, so... And there is quite a definite moment where it goes dark. So let's play around with some tones. So this is McCarran. I'm going to hit the overdrive now. So on the bridge, you get that rock. On the neck, you get a slightly more bluesy tone. And then in the middle, it's almost that sort of spanky Telecaster middle pickup, middle position feel. It's got a bit of both, and it feels bright and quite expressive. Actually, I quite like the middle for the just for the lower overdrive. Let's put on the Rat and see what we get. So back on the bridge pickup. Getting that P90 noise, obviously it's a single coil, so you're going to get some hum. Let's put the overdrive. Ooh. Okay, this is going to be fun. Let's put the overdrive on for a second, it's for fun. Alright, let's go back to trying the tone there. Sorry, lost myself there. So if I put the Rat on. So that's the middle. Now with the high gain, I don't like that as much, if I'm being honest. That sounds a bit. No, not quite sure about that. And then the next. Ooh, but it does back off nicely on the volume control. About the bridge. Yeah, that volume control really makes a world of difference. So just the Rat on its own now, that had the Karen going into it. I'm not feeling it's getting muddy as you roll the volume off, which is quite nice. do you know what? This is a fun guitar. I like this a lot. So there are some tones. I know it's a little bit random, but I'm just showing you how I play things. This is how I test to see if a guitar is good or not. Things to love. So I really like the headstock shape. I know that sounds daft, but I'm not a big fan of Harley Benton headstock shapes, if I'm being honest, or any clone sort of similarity guitars. I always find them a little bit too close to the knuckle. Now, this is obviously based on this is based on a guitar called a Matribox from the 60s. I don't know, I like the headstock. I love this shape. I'd like to see this headstock shape on more guitars, actually, rather than their kind of copy of the Gibson. The neck is lovely. It feels like it tapers slightly as well, which is nice. It's not painted, so it's smooth and satin, so there's no problems playing it. The fretboard feels a lot like rosewood. It looks like rosewood, but it also, rosewood. But it feels like it as well, because it's smooth, it's not scratchy, it feels solid. The whole thing feels like you're playing a decent or good quality guitar. It stays in tune. You know, I'm not a big vintage tuner fan, but it stays in tune, so I'm a fan of these tuners. The pickups both sound good. They've got good outputs. Out of the box, it plays great. I've not done anything to this other than tune it. It's one of those nice guitars where it surprised me, because I thought it's going to be ungainly, it's going to be a weird shape, it's not going to feel comfortable. But actually, you know, even with the weird shape, it feels comfortable to play, sitting or standing. The neck, the joint, you know, it doesn't get in the way. Even though it's quite a chunky old neck joint, it doesn't get in the way. It feels like a good quality guitar. I would happily go out and gig this tomorrow and not be afraid that it was going to cause me any problem, that it was going to have tuning issues or stability issues. I really like it. I really, really like it. The more I play it, the more I like it. And some of my friends who dislike low-end guitars are going to be upset with me saying this, but I really like this guitar. I would quite happily hold on to this. I can't, sadly, but I'd love to. £199. You could do a lot worse than this. Now, they do a modern version where they have humbuckers. I didn't want to try that. I've got guitars with twin humbuckers. I wanted to play around with two P90s, because I've had P90s in the neck, but not the bridge for a while, so I wanted to play around with that, and I'm really pleased with how it sounds. All in all, it is a superb guitar. And I'm going to say it, I know I don't like saying it, but for the money it's great, for more money it's great. This is one of the better Harley Bentons I've played. In fact, probably one of the best ones. The best one I ever played was the CST 24. This is a very close second. So thank you to Harley Benton for sending this out for me to test out. I will sadly be packing this away to send back to you now. Great guitar. Tell me what you think. You know, it's an odd shape. It's not unique, but it's odd, and it's something that you're not going to see everybody playing. It's comfortable. It sounds great. It handles gain, low gain. It's a good guitar. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.